Call this meeting to order. Pam Allen. Try again.
Yes, sir.
Everett Bacon. Everett Bacon? Everett
here.
Okay, Norma Crosby.
Right here, sir.
Barbara Manuel.
Yes, sir.
Jessica Beecham.
Yes, sir.
Sean Calloway.
Yes, sir.
Marcy Carpenter. Ben Dallin.
Yes, sir.
Marilyn Green.
Yes, sir.
Jim Marks. Tom Page.
Present, sir.
Grace Pyre.
Yes, sir.
Donald Porterfield.
Here.
Jamie Ritchie.
Present.
Tracy Safranco.
Yes, sir.
Sheila Wright.
Yes, sir.
And just checking, Everett Bacon.
Here.
All present and accounted for. All right, we'd like to start our board meeting, if we could, by taking a moment of reflection to remember those Federationists who have left us during the past year, and those that I am immediately aware of are Renee Akins, John Betron, Beth Burinson, John Bird, John Brown, Henry Butler, Ruth Chambers, John Cheadle, Michelle Clark, Tanetta Cooper, Arthur Copper, John DiGiorgio, Lawrence Dyron, Freddie Downs, Patrick Duffy, Helen Ekman, Holly Frisch, Mary Jean Fry, Kathy Gaffney, Ernest Galman, Jerry Garofalo, Rosemary Garnanes, Donna Godfrey, Annette Gordon, Patricia Grablowski, Jim Green, Luis Green, Chuck Hollenbach, Annette Davis Harris, Bonnie Herman, Bruce Higgs, Judith Hollyhead, Charles Holmes, Stanley Ingram, Stanley Jackson, Eileen Jasper, Martha Kelly, Marion King, Julie Ledford, Charles Legister, Liam Lindsay, Randall Longcore, Gregory Martin, Frederica Maxwell, Rosemary McCants, Regina Mead, Chuck Morgenstein, Beth Muntrath, Treva Olivero, Gus Ortiz, Bill Ottman, Debbie Parker Jordan, Kenneth Parkins, Joyce Payne, Linda Polvitsky, Bob Randall, Jean Rauschenbach, Dolores Reisinger, Harris Rosen, Kathy Roscoe, Brian Saucer, Frank Shiner, Bonnie Spalding, Tom Stevens, Ruth Svensson, Vinnie Taglarino, Mary Ellen Thompson, Kaiser Toa, Paige Trammell, Casey Walker, Jean Whitley, Lois Williams, Walter Wojtasek, Jeff Young, Mario Zarat. And for all of those members who we may not have been aware of, let's take a moment of silence to remember their contributions to our movement. Amen. Apologize, my phone was playing NFB Radio Network in the background. I don't know if that was one of the New Orleans ghosts or what. That was the pause in the middle there. I would invite those who are able to rise for the Federation Pledge and the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag is on the stage to my right, your left. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Federation Pledge. I pledge to participate actively in the efforts of the National Federation of the Blind to achieve equality, opportunity, and security for the blind, to support the policies and programs of the Federation, and to abide by its Constitution. Thank you all. You may be seated.
Yay. Okay. Hey.
All right, we have a lot of business to cover here at this meeting. This is a general session of the convention, but it is a board meeting, and so consequently there are no microphones in the audience, only here at the head table with the board members. It's great to be back together in New Orleans, right? Just a reminder to everybody that we hold a very high standard in and amongst our convention. We have a commitment to maintaining a safe and respectful space. We all play an important role in that, and it starts with making sure that we're patient and treat each other with respect, that we identify problems and help to solve them. And I have observed that throughout the first 2 days of the convention, so I know that it will continue, but I just wanted to offer that reminder. By the way, that respect includes extending that respect to all of our guests that we invite to speak on the platform. Although we may strongly disagree with them, we believe in respectful debate and conversation, so despite their viewpoints on blindness or their politics, they've come to our convention to engage with us, and so we want to treat them with the highest level of respect. We will be having elections for members of the board later in this convention. There are 6 board positions that are up for election here in 2025. These include the positions currently held by Jessica Beecham of Colorado, Marcy Carpenter of Washington, Marilyn Green, Illinois, Tom Page, Kansas, Grace Pyers, Rhode Island, and Tracy Sofranco, Virginia. Holdover positions that will be up for election next year include President Mark Riccobono, Maryland, First Vice President Pam Allen, Louisiana, Second Vice President Everett Bacon, Utah, Secretary Barbara Manuel, Alabama. Treasurer Norma Crosby, Texas. And board members Sean Calloway, District of Columbia. Ben Dallin, Wisconsin. Jim Marks, Montana. Donald Porterfield, Arizona. Jamie Ritchie, Nebraska. And Sheila Wright, Missouri. We will hold elections on Saturday. Now, we have not been to New Orleans or to Louisiana too often, but fortunately, this is our second time post-pandemic to come to the Big Easy. And so I'd like to welcome for some remarks the host of our convention welcoming committee, the president of the National Federation of the Blind of Louisiana. Here's Pam Allen.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Federation family. And welcome to our 85th National Convention of the National Federation of the Blind, and welcome back to the beautiful and bold and unforgettable city of New Orleans. Now, I don't know about you, but there is always something extra special about being together in the Crescent City. The culture, the rhythm, the food, and most importantly, the people. For this one incredible week, blind people are the majority here. And let me tell you, that feels good. Now, we may be in the city of jazz, but this week, the loudest sound in town is the voice of the National Federation of the Blind. And whether you are a first-time attendee or a seasoned federationist, this is our moment. You belong here, you are part of our movement, and we are better because you are here. So let's take a minute to give a loud welcome to all of our first-time attendees. We had an awesome rookie roundup, and I want to thank everybody who helped make that. Again, for all those attending for the first time, don't be afraid, jump in, ask us questions, make connections, because you are part of something powerful. And to those of you who've been here before, you know the magic of this gathering. Thank you for carrying the heart of this movement forward each year. Now, none of this happens by accident, so let's take a minute to raise our voices in gratitude to the incredible Louisiana affiliate who's been working behind the scenes and out front at our information table and the hospitality suite and around. And also, I want to recognize our awesome staff of our National Center and our fabulous ambassadors who are doing an excellent job, and all the volunteers who are helping making our convention run smoothly. You may not always see all of the things that are happening, but you definitely feel the impact of the work. And so thank you for making this convention not possible, but exceptional. And of course, we want to raise a special cheer to our president, Mark Riccobono, and our phenomenal First Lady, Melissa. And we want to celebrate Oriana and Elizabeth and Cynthia and Karen Riccobono, Mark's mom, who is here with us. Now, President Riccobono, your leadership and dedication and your belief in all of us helps make this possible. So thank you so much again. And I want to take a minute here. We have a little something for you. So I am presenting President Riccobono with some New Orleans convention shirts. So there you go. And here is a commemorative glass. Now, we have a set of glasses. President Riccoboni is just holding one of them. But on these glasses, it's a streetcar to remember New Orleans. And just a little, this is designed by a local artisan, Mignon Faget. And so a little something, we'll pack these up for you so you can get them back safely to New Orleans. And think of all of us and the love that we have for you, and just a little thank you for all that you do for all of us. Now, I also want to mention very quickly that for those of you, how many people here are going on the riverboat cruise tomorrow night? So check your email. I know it's very busy. You can check that at 3 a.m. this morning, but check your email. There is some information, but just a quick note. If you have purchased tickets, please, the first bus will depart from the lobby of the Marriott tomorrow beginning at 5:30 p.m. And the last shuttle will leave at 6:30 p.m. promptly. The riverboat does not wait. So if you're making your own arrangements, that's fine. Make sure to tell however you're getting there, to go to the Hilton Riverside for drop-off, because you're going to the Creole Queen. There are multiple riverboats, so you want to make sure you're at the right one. And so we're looking forward to a great evening. Again, we'll have tickets tomorrow night when you board. So again, shuttles start at 5:30. The last one departs at 6:30. And we are looking forward to a wonderful evening together. Now, I want to encourage everybody to stop by. We have a lot of great goodies in our exhibit hall at table D23. We also will be having our information table in the lobby till today, and then information moves up to outside the general session. Please come visit us in our hospitality suite, 2164. We have loved meeting with everybody, and so please stop by if you haven't had a chance to do so. Now, we have work to do this week, in these next several days. We have much to celebrate, but this week is also a call to action. So soak this in, be bold, speak up, listen, build connections, and share your stories with each other. And let's make this 85th convention one that sparks true lasting change. And since we're in New Orleans, I must say, laissez le bon temps rouler, let the good times roll. Let's get to work, and let's go build the National Federation of the Blind.
All right. Thank you so much, Pam, and we really appreciate the great hospitality of our Louisiana affiliate. It's been wonderful so far, and just think, we got 4 more days or so in this. So, we're looking forward to it. All right. Want to talk about a number of convention-related items now, and we could not do that without the gentleman who has been serving now as our chairman of convention arrangements for over a decade. He has a tremendously difficult job to coordinate because all of the rest of us try to throw wrinkles in it from time to time, including myself. But he has been doing the work with great joy and continues to innovate on it. I will tell you that it was not his choice to change the hotel elevators, but he has been working really hard with the hotel to make sure that they make improvements in the system and get it right. And my observation is it has been getting better during the convention. So that's partly because of his work. So here's our chairman of convention arrangements, John Berggren.
Good morning, everyone. This is a really full room. I'm excited. Well, even though it's already our 3rd day, welcome to our national convention, especially for you first-timers. There's still lots more excitement to come. And to help you know what that excitement is, you want the agenda. If you have not yet gotten your agenda, there are both large print and braille agendas available today in the lobby at the welcome desk, staffed by the host affiliates. There are agendas at registration today in salons A and B. It'll be salon A tomorrow and for the rest of the week. Of course, you can also find that agenda online on our website. There are lots of different versions. There are downloadable versions, there's a BRF version, there are audio agendas, and of course the HTML agenda. And then there is our NFB 25 mobile app. I encourage you to download that. You can customize an agenda to fit your week, and it will show you just the items that you've favorited. You do need to register to access the agenda on the mobile app, and please be mindful if you haven't registered yet, but do so today or tomorrow or sometime further into the week, that you won't have immediate access to the mobile app. We do need to upload your email address, and that'll happen a couple of times a day, so it may take a few hours before you get your invite for the mobile app. But please keep that in mind, but do register. That is a very handy thing to have. Lots of information in there in addition to the agenda. Now, for those of you who are not in this room, but listening to a stream, I'd encourage you to register for our virtual experience. You can do so online. There is a link off our convention page, nfb.org/convention, and that will provide you multiple ways to, again, connect to the audio stream, to the Zoom stream. You will get virtual experience only emails for the remainder of the week if you register today. Those, and I should say, we have been having some trouble with the Zoom link in the mobile app. There are several other ways to connect via Zoom. You can cut and paste that link into a web browser, and it will bring up Zoom. But do know that some iOS users have been having trouble just activating the link itself. Very important component of convention this week. There are lots of opportunities here in New Orleans to experience local cuisine, and I encourage you to do so. But one place where I'd encourage you not to get dinner out of the hotel is Sunday night, the banquet. Be here in this room. It is going to be an exciting evening and one that we all look forward to all week long, all year long. If you are coming, make sure you have your banquet ticket. If you have purchased a banquet ticket right now, as was said earlier this week, I think it was at Rookie Roundup, you have a ticket for a banquet meal. You don't yet have a place to eat it. You need to exchange your banquet ticket for a table-numbered banquet ticket. You can do so with friends. You can do so with your affiliate. Banquet exchange will open in the foyer outside this ballroom around 11:30. It will be open several times throughout the week, before morning sessions, before afternoon sessions. I encourage you to make that exchange before the night of banquet. If you would like a special meal, you would like a vegetarian or vegan meal, you would like a halal meal, you would like a gluten-free meal, when you exchange your ticket, please make sure that you tell the folks at Banquet Exchange that you would like a special meal and what that request is. We will let the hotel know how many of each style we are requesting. So it's important that you make that request and not wait until you're sitting at the table to realize, oh, I meant to request a vegan meal. The earlier in the week you do that, the better off we all are. That'll help us plan accordingly. But no matter what, do go to Banquet Exchange before banquet night. When you do come to banquet, remember to bring your banquet ticket. Like I said, right now you have a meal, you exchange it, you'll have a place to eat it, but without that ticket, you won't be able to get into the place to eat it. So remember that night to bring it with you. We do have guide dog relief areas at both hotels, here at the Marriott and across the street at the Sheraton. If you've been here all week, you probably know where they are. I hope you know where they are, because otherwise your dogs are getting really anxious. But downstairs in the lobby, if you pass the bell stand, if the bell stand is on your left, you pass the bell stand, go through the doors to the porte-cochere, and if you came in your horse and carriage, you know exactly what a porte-cochere is. Just across the valet parking area to the right is the relief area. Across the street, if you're at the exhibit hall or staying at the Sheraton, when you come out the entrance of the Sheraton onto Canal Street, turn right, again, cross the driveway for the Sheraton's motorway entrance, and the relief area is immediately on your right. And one more item for those who would like either to hear the activities here on stage a little louder, or for those who are interested in Spanish interpretation, I encourage you to go to the rear of the room to get an assistive listening device. We'll ask for an ID and a deposit. You can use that device throughout the week for the board meeting, for general sessions, for banquet. Just make sure you return that receiver to the ALD table before you leave, and we'll make sure that you get your deposit back. I think that might be the items on my list. Again, be patient with the elevators. I'm not sure anyone has ever left convention ever saying, man, the elevators were great this year. I wish I could stay a day longer and ride them more. So be patient. As President Riccobono mentioned earlier this week, generally, you need to take your action only once. If you're requesting the elevator, one pass of your room card or pressing the meeting room floor is all it'll take. They are, at times of the day, slow, but they will arrive. So I encourage you to be patient with one another and patient with the elevators, but we're going to make the best of it we can, and I think we are seeing some improvement. So by the end of the week, it'll be an amazing experience, I'm sure. All right, well, thank you, everybody. Glad you're here. Look forward to a fantastic week.
Thank you, John. And John guarantees us record attendance at this convention post-pandemic. So we'll get to the stats in a minute. This convention would not happen without the effort of hundreds of volunteers, literally. And those who really step up and help make things happen are called our convention ambassadors. If you want to know how to become an ambassador, the next guy is the person you talk to. But we don't want you just to say you're going to help out. We need you actually to help out. So this gentleman is helping to coordinate to make sure that we get people where they're most needed at the right times, and you all can play an important role in that. I do want to note that the co-chair for our ambassador committee is Corb O'Connor from Minnesota. He couldn't make it to the convention because he was blessed to get an emergency kidney transplant last weekend. So we hope that Corb is tuned in and the convention is sending you well wishes. But here from the great state of Colorado is Dan Burke.
Thank you, President Riccobono. Good morning, everybody. Isn't it great to be in New Orleans again? Yep. And Corb, we're thinking about you, buddy.
Yeah.
Especially on banquet night. Okay. So, yes, the ambassadors. I gain hope and motivation that I can find my studio meeting room thanks to the love and support of my Federation family, and especially ambassadors. So let's you know, if you want to, the ambassadors are those folks serving as talking signs, but any of you can be an ambassador and are ambassadors anytime you help out a fellow Federationists, because we do want to make this a great convention for everybody that comes here, especially first-timers or people that are veterans. And, you know, it's a great week, but we can help each other make it even better. So, yes, we will be out. You can find me almost any morning outside of this ballroom on the quarter tower side there in the foyer. And if you want to come and volunteer to help be a talking sign, get people into general sessions or any other issues like that, please come and find me. And those of you that, and many signed up to help out, and a number of states have come forward and rounded up people to serve at different times. We had some great Maryland folks out there this morning. Did you guys find them helpful? Yeah, all right. That's what it's all about. We share with each other. We share in the shared community of dealing with the elevators at convention every year. That's right. One of the things we bond over, right? Okay. So thank you all, and we love you, Corb.
Yeah, Corb. Get well, brother.
Thank you very much, Dan, and to all of our ambassadors. Okay, a couple other convention announcements. We do have a quiet space that we make available if you need to escape from the hustle and bustle of the meeting room floors. It's on the 4th floor. It's the Bacchus room, which doesn't really suggest it's going to be quiet, but it is our quiet room. So please, if you go there, it is a quiet space. Don't go there to take your phone call, to call back home, or to listen to music without headphones. It really is intended to be a space where folks can step away. I'd ask you to please be respectful of that. It is on the 4th floor, and the 4th floor is also easily accessible from here on the 3rd floor via the steps as well as the elevator. All right, let me give you the attendance figures for our convention thus far. If we were going to give you number 11, that would have been New York. Number 11 was 70 people registered. And by the way, this is as of close of registration yesterday. So number 10 is Virginia with 73 registered. So New York, you could get in there if you want. Number 9 is Florida with 75. So it's, you know, it's anybody's game to get in the top 10. South Carolina comes in at number 8 with 83 people. Number 7, just ahead with 87 people, is Nebraska. Big jump up to 100 registered. You need 100 to get in the top 6, and that's Colorado. They're not numbered, so. Number 5, wanted to make sure I had it right. Number 5, just ahead of Colorado with 103 registered, is Texas. And coming in at number 4 is California, 124 registered. Now we get to the top 3. Gets kind of interesting. At number 3, with 153 registered, is Arizona. And with 184 registered, number 2, Maryland. And that That means number one with 216 registered at the close of business yesterday is Louisiana. So come on, Maryland, get registered. We have, let's see, total individuals registered from the United States, 2,398. Wow. We have 52 people registered internationally. And I don't know what this means, but we had 82 people who didn't want to declare. I don't know if they're planning to leave or the citizens of the world, yeah. So all total is 2,532 registered. Wow. All right, so there's still time to register if you haven't, and we do urge you to register. It really helps out in many ways. And you do have to be registered to be eligible for the convention rate here at our hotels. During the course of the convention, we will accept announcements at the head table. Those announcements must be in Braille. Keep in mind that sometimes people want to emphasize things that are already in the agenda. Those announcements are not likely to get read unless for some reason they didn't get published or they were published incorrectly, because, man, there's so many ways to get the agenda. But if there are announcements that you feel should come in front of the convention, please send them up to the head table in Braille. If they don't come in Braille, they will sit and wait and probably won't get read. The presidential suite is room 4022 on the 40th floor. Please come by. That's in the River Tower, 40th floor. It does show up as a meeting room floor. So everybody can get to the 40th floor. Many of you have already come by the presidential suite. So thank you for that. And I believe Pam also already said this, but the host affiliate suite is in the Quarter Tower, 2164. Go by there to get your Zapp's chips while they last, you know, and other great stuff, including great people to interact with. During the course of the convention, we are doing some activities to promote the future Museum of the Blind People's Movement. Some of you already signed up for the session, the focus group session that's happening tomorrow. I believe that is full. So if you show up to that, you'll be put on a waiting list so that if someone who signed up in advance doesn't show up, you might be able to get in. But there will be plenty of other opportunities to engage in focus groups around our museum effort. We do have an exhibit that will be running. It's listed in the agenda. It's called Preserving and Telling Blind-Centered Stories. It's an exhibit that we're running at this convention. It will be happening today and on Saturday as well, from 5 to 7 p.m. And that will be right in front of the ballroom here. So if you come by, you can engage with some interesting artifacts and talk with our staff team about the future museum efforts and what you might like to find there. And if you visit the exhibit, you can also get a limited edition zipper pull in honor of the museum. And there'll be other little collectibles as we go along in the coming years. So you'll want to get your zipper pull. I have mine on my cane, so I'll call it a cane charm. How about that? You can visit our website and explore our archives and information about our future museum, museum.nfb.org, museum.nfb.org. Also, I should say, if you do visit the presidential suite, we have a tactile floor plan of what the future museum space might be like in our building. We still have a lot of work to do to figure things out, but it gives you a good example of our current thinking. So please come learn about our museum and contribute to it. Now, this is a great convention, and it's not too early to plan to come to future conventions, especially if you're one of our first-timers. So next year we will be in Austin, Texas, from Friday, July 3rd to Wednesday, July 8th. We will be headquartered at the JW Marriott in Austin, and there will be a number of other overflow hotels, and same in 2027. We will be at the JW Marriott in Austin, Texas, but one day earlier, Friday, July 2nd through Wednesday, July 7th. Everett Bacon says it's a great day, it's his birthday. And then in 2028 is somewhere on this list. 2028, where are we going to be in 2028? From July 3 to Monday, July 3rd to Saturday, July 8th. Nothing like a Saturday night banquet in Chicago, Illinois. And the same in 2029, except it'll be one day earlier, Monday, July 2nd to Saturday, July 7th in Chicago, Illinois. Our headquarters hotel for both of those years will be the Sheridan Grand Chicago Riverwalk. So we'll be right on the river. Now, is there anybody here who's like an ultra planner? You really like to plan ahead? Definitely. Okay, so just for you folks, the rest of you, close your ears. But in 2030, our convention will be, one day earlier. Monday, July 1st to Saturday, July 6th. Man, that's 3 Saturday banquets in a row. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to know where. I forgot that part. It will be at the Sheridan, downtown, in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, we'll look forward to seeing you in Phoenix, but that'll be a long way away, We're looking forward to having our Arizona affiliate host us, It's been a long time.
Oh, it'll be definitely overnight.
All right, so I wanted to let you know that you can visit the Independence Market here while you're at the convention, but if you just don't get to it, you can now visit our e-commerce site, available at nfb.org/e-commerce, nfb.org/e-commerce. So if you go by the Independence Market and you find something you like and you don't want to wait in line, you can just go online and buy it and have it shipped to your home. Okay, a couple of convention notes, communication notes. First of all, definitely encourage members to share your convention experiences using social media, especially the hashtag NFB25. Share the great stories, the great work that's going on, the important people who have helped make your convention experience a special one. If you do not use social media, that's okay. We still want your story. You can email it to story@nfb.org. Telling the stories of our work, our convention, are really important, and it helps us as we promote future conventions, as we write articles for the Braille Monitor, that sort of thing. If you email your story, you can also send it as text, but you can also send an audio file if you want. And please let us know who you are and what chapter you're part of. A reminder that Chris Danielson is editor of our Braille Monitor, and he would love to publish your stories about convention or about the things that you're tackling as a blind person that might help to inspire and inform other blind people. Definitely want you to share if you're one of our first-timers, because we always want to encourage future first-timers to apply for our support and to come, and so your stories are really important. And please share how this convention has been meaningful to you, because it helps us to promote future conventions. Remember to access our many publications that we have in the National Federation of the Blind. We try to keep our website addresses easy, so nfb.org/publications. You can find the Presidential Release, the Braille Monitor, our Nation's Blind podcast, our Access On podcast, a link to our NFB radio network. Some people may be listening on the NFB radio network now. You can tune in. I tuned in the other day and heard a presentation from last year's convention. Got me ready for this one. So tune in. It's always on. And then, of course, with the support of the American Action Fund for Blind Children and Adults, on a quarterly basis, we help to publish the Future Reflections magazine for parents and educators of blind children, and a reminder about our many other publications, including our books about the history of the National Federation of the Blind. You can also go to nfbnet.org and sign up for one of our 500 plus listservs. We did have some issues with NFBnet earlier this spring due to a software change that was beyond our control. Most of those issues have been fixed. I do encourage you to use NFBnet. It is the largest electronic archive of information shared between blind people anywhere in the world, and you can contribute to that by signing up for one of our NFBnet listservs, and we'll be looking for your ideas about how to make that even better. So one of the things that helps to make our convention a safe and strong place is that we have developed a strong code of conduct for our organization. And you can read that code of conduct, hopefully you did before coming to the convention, at nfb.org/code of conduct. If you forget that, it's on the bottom of every single web page at nfb.org. So if you can't find it, I don't believe you. But please read it, because it helps to codify the expectations that we have for each other about working together in a diverse environment and finding ways to support each other in that effort. We have developed a Code of Conduct Feedback Committee to get feedback regularly from members about our Code of Conduct process and how it works and ways to improve it, and that's been very helpful. The chair of the committee is Ronza Othman of Maryland, and I wanted to give Ronza an opportunity to address the board.
Good morning, Federation family. Good morning, members of the Board of Directors and President Riccobono. I'm delighted to be with you this week and would like to add my gratitude to the Louisiana affiliate for the outstanding hospitality. The National Federation of the Blind is committed to ensuring safety and support throughout our organization, among our membership, and in our affiliates, divisions, and local chapters, and our affiliated training centers. The NFB Code of Conduct is one of the mechanisms we use to establish the standards and expectations for safety and support, but also for diversity, equity, and inclusion. We strive to ensure a robust code of conduct oversight, quality assurance, both in the experience and in the process. Participants and the technical aspects of participants' experience. We strive to ensure robust oversight and quality assurance, both in the experience of process participants and the technical aspects of the code itself. We also review data and outcomes to determine trends and where process improvements may be needed. The National Federation of the Blind Code of Conduct Feedback Committee is charged with and has continued to gather information for improving the participant experience, socializing the code itself and associated procedures, and any barriers to understanding the policies and standards established for our community. But we need the help of the members of the Federation. We are requesting your direct feedback to the NFB Code of Conduct Feedback Committee. You can share that feedback with us confidentially by emailing codefeedback@nfb.org or calling 410-659-9314 extension 2284. Or you're certainly welcome to have a conversation with me or any of the members that are here this week. We will aggregate the feedback we receive. We'll protect identities of anyone communicating with us, and we'll use that feedback to compile recommendations for code updates and process improvements. Thank you for your participation in ensuring our code of conduct and associated processes are accessible to all and effective. I also have permission from President Riccobono to pivot to a different topic very quickly from the National Association of Blind Lawyers. As you may be aware, As you may be aware, the mock trial is an event that the National Association of Blind Lawyers holds annually in connection with each NFB convention. This is the brainchild of our longtime past president, Scott LaBarre. Scott always served in one of the mock trial roles, and the mock trial takes a blindness-related issue, and through improvisation and creativity, blind lawyers and other Federation actors bring the story to life, often with hilarious and sometimes, as you could see yesterday, ridiculous results. In order to honor and remember our longtime friend, president, and brother in the movement and in the legal field, once again, the National Association of Blind Lawyers will be making available for purchase a curated selection of previous NABL mock trials. Scott LaBarre chose them himself prior to his passing. These recordings feature Federation lawyers including Scott LaBarre, Charlie Brown, and other more familiar voices with you to you in a variety of roles, and proceeds will go to the Scott C. LaBarre Leadership and Justice Fund. The recordings cost $22 per person if you use any electronic method of payment, including credit card and PayPal, and we offer a $2 discount if you're paying on-site here with cash. These recordings are available via download or via flash drive if you're here in person, and you can get them by visiting blindlawyers.net and paying online, or you can visit the NFB Lawyers Division registration table outside of Gallery 3 this afternoon between 1 and 3:30, or you can visit me at the Maryland flag when the general sessions begin. If you have questions, please find me or reach out to me. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for your time. Thank you, President Riccobono.
Thank you, Ronza, and thank you to the committee. I just wanted to report that we take information about code of conduct concerns through our website and through email, and we process those in two ways. First, they get analyzed to see if they need to be externally evaluated, and we do have a process for that. Some of the concerns that we get raised are items that we need to work with our affiliates on that are really affiliate level related organizational matters. So far this year, we've received 8 official code of conduct reports, and 4 of them have been sent to our external investigator, and 3 of them have been dealt with internally within NFB. I believe, as I believe this board does, that our process has made our organization better and stronger, and I believe that this board, I know this board, continues to have a full commitment to that. So thank you to all of you who have contributed to our code of conduct work over the last 5 years. All right, we're gonna talk about some other committees here, and the next one is co-chaired by Sean Calloway of the District of Columbia. And so, Sean, please talk to us about the work of our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee.
All right. Thank you, President Riccobono. Our committee was established in 2018, and since then, especially at our national conventions, we have put on some serious comprehensive programming in regards to our DEI initiatives, and it was the same this week as well. We had some wonderful content that we presented to the membership. Overall, our goal is to create inclusive spaces for our membership, and to make sure that our membership is welcome, feels welcome within this organization. One of the things I do want to express, by the way, I want to acknowledge our outstanding co-chair, Kenya Flores. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns in regards to our DEI efforts, you can contact us at diversity@nfb.org. Again, that is diversity@nfb.org. We would love to hear from you and receive any feedback that you may have. So with that said, again, President Riccobono, thank you for your leadership, and everyone out there, thank you for attending our events, and look forward to hearing from you throughout the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean, and both to Sean and Kenya and the rest of the committee for helping us figure out ways to expand our reach to blind people who have not yet found the opportunity to be members of the National Federation of the Blind, which is where our next committee comes in. Membership is critical to who we are, and I appreciate that this woman leads our membership committee. Everybody wants to know what's the secret to getting more members and getting them to stay. Good luck. In a people's movement, there are 100 answers to that question, and this lady has the awesome job of trying to curate the great ideas and information that our leaders and local communities are putting together, and to help share it across the nation. Here to talk about our membership committee from the great state of Illinois is Denise Avant.
Good morning, Mr. President, and good morning, fellow Federationists. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to talk about membership this morning. First of all, I want to thank you and Pam Allen for coming to our membership committee yesterday. We had a great meeting, and first of all, I want to thank our membership support coordinator, Danielle McCann, who works with me to build the National Federation of the Blind. Yesterday, we talked about several things as far as building the National Federation of the Blind, having a welcoming and inviting set up for our members, establishing a relationship, establishing that sense of belonging. We have now moved past the member management module and how to do the new member form. And so this year, the membership committee really put a lot of thought into building the agenda and talking about substantive things to build membership. So I do want to thank the membership committee for 2025 for your thoughts and your participation for yesterday's membership meeting at the convention. There's a couple of things that I want to remind you of that I think we don't take advantage of enough. First of all, it is to access your member profile. You know, with your member profile, you have the ability to change your address, to discover any benefits that you may have as a member of the National Federation of the Blind. So in order to do that, you're going to go to nfb.org. You're going to click on membership. If it's the first time you're trying to set up your profile, you've got to establish a password. So you would simply hit the reset my password link, put in the email address you used when you signed up to become a member. You will be given instructions from that email on how to set up your password. You simply establish your password, and from then on, you will have access to your own member profile. Now, if you don't need to do any of that, you're good. You just log in from the nfb.org /member page, and you can go ahead and log in. And as I said, you can do such things as changing your phone number, changing your address, changing your email address, any number of demographics, and you can also establish you can also find out about member benefits at the National Federation of the Blind. The other thing that I do want to remind you about is that we now have a chapter version of the presidential release. It's a shorter version that we all, as leaders in chapters, should be playing in our affiliates. We know that we have the presidential release live, but President Riccobono has recorded in recent months a shortened version, and it covers certain topics that maybe you can think about when you're doing your chapter meetings for program items. One final thought, I want to give you the top 5 states with new members. So, number 5, with 48 new members last year, is Puerto Rico. In 4th place, it is Louisiana with 59. In 3rd place with 60, it's Pennsylvania. In 2nd place with 62, it is Georgia. And in 1st place, it is, with 65 new members, it is South Carolina. Our president will have other information about membership building. Thank you so much, fellow Federationists, and let's build the National Federation of the Blind.
Thank you very much, Denise, for the work that you're doing and the committee. We're going to talk a little bit more about membership benefits in a moment. I do want to note that Federation members can express interest and sign up for national committees. You can do that at the information table, which, by the way, we haven't said is right outside of the ballroom doors here toward the elevators. And you can also do that online at nfb.org/committee-interest. You will need to fill out a separate form for each committee that you're interested in. The information table can also help you put your announcement into Braille if you need it to be. And I'll read this one because it demonstrates something I forgot to say. This announcement says that the NFB of Pennsylvania will caucus at 5 p.m. Today at Studio 4. And it's signed. Your announcement does have to be signed. This is signed by Lynn Heitz and David Goldstein. So thank you for that. All right, so membership benefits. We've been working with a number of partners to enhance the opportunities for people who jump in and who are members of the National Federation of the Blind. I think our longest standing partnership in this area is with IRA. Thank you to IRA. IRA gives NFB members the deepest discount on their service that they allow anywhere. People do call us and say, I want to be a member, but I only want the IRA benefit. We tell them no. Our memberships aren't for sale, and they're not simply to get benefits. We want people who want to be members, and those who want to be members, we want to give them benefits. So in the past couple of months, we've onboarded a couple of new partners in that regard, and the first that I would like to give just a moment to introduce himself is the co-founder and CEO of a company called InnoSearch AI. This is his first time at our national convention, and I'd like to give the microphone to Patrick Long.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, President Riccobono, for the opportunity to speak and connect with you all today at the Federation Convention. My name is Patrick, and I'm one of the co-founders of InnoSearch AI, and it's a real honor to be here and announce our strategic partnership with the National Federation of the Blind. At InnoSearch, we're building a more accessible internet where essential services like shopping and travel are designed from the ground up for the blind and low vision community. This partnership with the NFB is especially meaningful to us because it's very actionable. It's designed with direct benefits for Federation members and to support the broader mission of the NFB. As of today, you can round up to donate. Users can round up their purchases up to the nearest dollar at checkout, with the spare change going towards direct efforts to support the NFB's programs and advocacy, creating recurring support and visibility. Also, as a special bonus, there is a $10 welcome credit. So new users who sign up through the special NFB referral link can receive a free $10 credit to try InnoSearch. So what does this look like in practice? At InnoSearch, we provide multiple ways to access the digital world. A screen reader optimized shopping experience, a voice-powered phone line, no screen even required, and finally, a voice command interface that lets users speak to take action on any website. And we're not talking about something theoretical or something very far away. We're already serving 1,000 blind and low vision users daily. Through our platform, you can shop directly from over 500,000 online stores with access to over 1 billion products, book any domestic or international flight, and soon order groceries and food for delivery. On a state chapter level, we'd love to collaborate with you. We'd love to support your goals and create a truly accessible digital world for everyone. If you'd like to learn more, come visit us at booth C6, that's Cat 6. We'll be here throughout the end of convention, and we'll also be hosting a live demo of our product on Saturday from 12:45 to 1:45 p.m. in Studio 6. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this opportunity, and thank you all so much for what you do.
Thank you very much, Patrick. We appreciate you being with us, and we appreciate InnoSearch offering our members an introductory credit, and I'm sure there'll be more opportunities in the future. Please visit your member profile to find that code and take advantage of that when you set up your InnoSearch AI account. It's an interesting thing to play with, especially for those who like to shop, so please check it out. Now, this next partner is one that we have worked with for a number of years, but this aspect of our partnership is very, very new. In fact, this is the first real announcement of it, and to talk about our work together is the CEO of a organization which you've probably heard of, Bookshare. This is his first convention, so I'm proud to introduce to our board and to our members, Mr. Ian Kisher.
Thank you. Thank you, President Riccobono. This is how you run a board meeting. It's a party here. That's amazing. Thank you for the opportunity. This is a crowd that I don't need to tell much about Bookshare, but if you haven't been using Bookshare recently, it has now got over 1.4 million books. It's the largest library of digital accessible content. So thank you. And you know, unlike other services, you can download as many books as you want in all the times that you want. And we've been hearing all the feedback from you all, and have been trying to add new features to make improvements in Braille output, better support for math, and also have free readers now on the app stores. But I'm here to celebrate our 25th anniversary of Bookshare. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you. Thank you. And we're launching this week a partnership with the NFB that I'm very excited about. It is the largest discount we have ever offered, and it is only for NFB members, so excited to bring this over here. And so if you've never used Bookshare, you get 30% off on our annual subscription of Bookshare. The annual subscription of Bookshare is $79.99, but with 30% off, that brings it to $55.99. So I hope you avail that. And if you already have a Bookshare account, or you have lapsed your Bookshare membership and want to renew it, you also get a discount of 20%. So stay on. The only thing else I would like to add is, if you want to figure out how you can avail this, there's a few different ways. At the convention, we have at the exhibitor hall, booth D14, D for dang it. And so we have a team that can actually get you set up there right away on the spot, so you have immediate access to the collection. And otherwise, you can go online to bookshare.org/NFB, and you'll see all the details, including how to use the discount codes and sign up. So thank you.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the convention for the first time. I know you'll be back again, but of course Bookshare has been here many times. We appreciate that. And this information about Bookshare will also appear in the member profile starting tomorrow, but we wanted to encourage you today to go to the exhibit hall to visit the Bookshare booth. So it's not there yet, but you, if you are tuned in and not at this convention, you can go to the URL, bookshare.org/NFB, and it will be in the member profile tomorrow. So please take advantage of that. Even if you have been subscribed to Bookshare, when your renewal comes around, make sure you use this member benefit to take advantage of Bookshare's acknowledgement of the importance of the organized blind movement. All right, well, I want to move to an award presentation, and so I'd like to welcome to the microphone someone who recently left the board of directors here, but is still a leader in our movement and someone we value and respect. Here to present our Distinguished Educator of Blind Students Award from Oregon, here's Carla McQuillan.
Thank you all. It is great to be back with our Federation family. I'd like to begin by thanking the members of the Distinguished Educator of Blind Students Award Committee, in no particular order. Emily Gibbs from Texas. We have Corey Grandstaff from Washington. Michelle Chacon from New Mexico. And Cassie McKinney from Tennessee.
See New Mexico?
So this year, We had 9 nominations for the Distinguished Educator. In my 10 years on this committee, we have never had 9 people nominated. And all, oh, it deserves applause. And I'll tell you who else deserves applause. Karen Anderson and the Education Department for the Teachers of Tomorrow program, because I believe this is truly going to make a difference in the educators we see in the future. So it was a difficult decision for the committee. We had 9 very, very good applicants, many of whom were well known to members of the committee. And so then we had to stop and think to ourselves, what is it that we consider distinguishing characteristics of the people that we want to represent us in this organization in that capacity? Well, we took a look at these people and we're really looking for something more than just they're good teachers. They're good in their field, their students appreciate them. It's got to be above and beyond. And I'm going to tell you, I believe that this year's winner is a winner. He represents exactly that, the above and beyond, as the plaque says. This year's recipient of the Distinguished Educator of the Year Award, Educator of Blind Students Award, different award, goes to Dan Kelly of Ohio. Now, oh, I'm not done yet. He's like, is it my turn? No, I'm not done. So one of the things that distinguishes Dan from his colleagues is that he was the sports coach at the Ohio State School for the Blind for years. In fact, Corey Grandstaff was one of his students. So I called Corey and I said, hey, give me some stories. And he goes, well, and Dan's over here chuckling. I said, give me some stories. And he says, well, he was the soccer coach, the hockey coach, the goalball coach. And he said, I don't know that I have any stories that are appropriate for a crowd like this. And I said, come on, give something up. So for your interpretation, Corey said something about teenage athletes, athletic cups, and a baseball bat. So draw your own conclusions. But in addition to being active coaching students at the School for the Blind in Ohio, Dan also was a mentor teacher to teachers in training and got rave reviews about his incredible knowledge of technology and assistive devices. But in my opinion, what distinguishes Dan above and beyond was that he created a marching band at the Ohio State School for the Blind.
Yeah!
Oh, but it gets better. It gets better.
Yeah.
So I didn't know this, so I'm going to tell you who may not know this. So Ohio State University, at their games, the marching band comes out and forms Ohio with the members of the band in cursive writing, and the tuba player is the dot on the I. I did not know this. Well, Dan got his blind marching band, the best blind band in the land is what they call themselves, to march out on the field at Ohio State, and guess what? They spelled out Ohio in Braille. But wait, there's more. Dan received an award from the Accessibility and Disability Commission for the city of Pasadena, California, for bringing his best blind band in the land to march at the Tournament of Roses parade in Pasadena, California. So I'm going to close with a comment that was in one of his letters of recommendation. I could go on for pages telling stories about Dan, but I'd like to close with this. It is my firm belief that every student, whether elementary, college, or adult, we'll be better for having worked with, learned from, and mentored by Dan Kelly. So I now would like to present Dan with a plaque. And give me 1 second so I can get my switch of technology. I probably should have asked Dan for some advice on this. All right, we have a plaque and a check for $1,000. And Dan will be presenting for the Parents of Blind Children meeting this afternoon. Here, Dan, I'm going to let you hold this plaque up because I'm sure they're going to want to take some photographs. And the plaque reads in both print and braille, "The National Federation of the Blind honors Dan Kelly, Distinguished Educator of Blind Students, for your skills in teaching braille and other alternative techniques of blindness, and for empowering your students to perform beyond their expectations. You champion our movement, you strengthen our hopes, you share our dreams." July 10th, 2025. And now, the man himself.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Today, I'm deeply honored, I'm grateful, and I'm very humbled. And being recognized as Distinguished Educator of Blind Students by the National Federation of the Blind has very deep meaning for me. I'm so proud to be carrying out our mission is for our young students to be able to live the lives that they want to live. As a teacher, we talked about this earlier, it's more than just teaching a skill or a concept. It involves how to apply those skills in life. As I reflect on the work that's brought me here, one word rises above all the rest, and that's collaboration. I'm not talking about cooperation. Cooperation is important too. But true collaboration. Cooperation says, I'm going to help you do your thing, and we're not going to do cup checks this week, just so you know. So, collaboration says, let's build something bigger and better together. Everything that I've been part of, every project, every success has come from bringing people together, not just to share space, but to share vision and to share ideas. And whether it's families or educators, advocates, or the remarkable individuals that we serve, the magic happens when we bring our unique strengths to the table. We challenge one another, and we create something that none of us could do on our own. This award may have my name on it, but it belongs to all of us who make the choice to lean in, to listen deeply, and build something intentionally. To my colleagues, my mentors, my partners in this work, I just want to thank you for showing me what's possible when we stop asking, how can I help? And we start asking, what can we create together? Nine people was nominated for this award this year, and that is incredible. 9 of us were able to read those letters of recommendation that our colleagues wrote on our behalf, and that was very special, not only to me, but to all of us who had that experience. And we will increase that number, right? Yes. Next year we're going to have 18, right? Yes. Because it's so important that people who live the expanded core curriculum are certified and they're able to provide instruction, mentoring, and helping our young people grow. So with utmost gratitude, I accept this award, and I will continue to work personally and professionally to build quality education teams at our district level, work with students and their families so that they are empowered They strive for excellence in and out of the classroom and promote advocacy and self-determination. Thank you, National Federation of the Blind, for this. And I want to thank you all for the work that you do every day that allows all of us that opportunity to live the life that we want to live. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Dan, and thank you to Carla and the committee. Let's give Dan another round of applause. All right, we got a lot of other business to roll through here. Today is sometimes called board meeting day, and sometimes, if it's afternoon, it's called division day, because our divisions will meet this afternoon. And so this is a reminder to all of our national divisions that as you have changes in board members, board positions this afternoon, please be sure to send those changes as soon as possible to Beth Braun, who is our Chief of Staff. Yeah, absolutely. She's the one that makes everything happen up here, and she's urging me to tell you about what's for dinner in the hotel later. But I'm going to finish this first. Divisions are also, by longstanding practice now, required to file an annual report with the National Board. That report is due 30 days or earlier, 30 days after the close of this convention. Division presidents received an email with that information a couple of weeks ago. If you did not receive it, please send an email to the office of the president. But the division annual report collects for the national organization information that is shared at the business meeting. We also shared with some divisions recently some new fundraising protocols that we're putting in place. We're piloting them with 6 divisions, and we're hoping to roll them out to other national divisions to help strengthen the fundraising efforts. So divisions, please share with us your information as soon as you can after the convention. We're going to move to a presentation on Zoom in a minute, but I did want to share with you, it didn't come up in our convention logistics earlier, that in and amongst the great restaurant offerings, the pantry offerings that the hotel has for us, they are offering a grab-and-go lunch and dinner option here that is $18, all-inclusive. So it's a great deal. And you can find the menu on the convention webpage, nfb.org/convention, or in the mobile app under the hotel menu section. I know that today there is a great lunch plan, and I think lunch runs from noon to 2 o'clock, and dinner is 5 to 7. I can't remember what the lunch is, but I can tell you that the dinner is smothered pork chops. Well, the lunch is roast beef poor boys, but smothered pork chops, come on. $18 all inclusive. Grab and go, what a great deal. And I know based on our time here in 2022, the cash and carry options were outstanding. So I urge you to take advantage of those. All right, now that you're all hungry, you can't get lunch yet. So I want to focus our attention on our outreach efforts. We have been talking a lot this year about our need to generate new sources of financial resource, and our Director of Outreach has been doing an outstanding job at helping us increase our financial resources in this organization. Unfortunately, she can only join us here at the convention virtually. Hopefully she heard the big sigh in the room, disappointment. But we're really happy that Patty Chang can be with us virtually to talk to us about outreach. So Patty, hopefully you're out there.
I am out there. Thank you so much. Me and my 3 plates and 14 pins in my ankle are at home, but I'll be with you next year for sure. So I wanted to start by just directing people to our Ways to Give page, because if I told you everything that was on that page today, I would take up too much of the board meeting to do so. But I do want to highlight some things. The easiest way to get to the Ways to Give page is to go to nfb.org and search for Ways to Give. It is a link on that page. So I wanted to highlight some of the new things that we've got going. Inner Search already mentioned a roundup option, but we have other roundup options. We have been a member in the Lyft Roundup program for quite some time now. So if you go to Lyft and go to the menu and donate, you can choose us, and every fare that you take will be rounded up to the nearest dollar. We have added iGive. iGive is available both on the computer and there's an app. And the idea is you go and you find the store that you're going to shop at anyway. And the beauty of iGive is it doesn't round up your money. The store gives a portion to the National Federation line. And I've seen stores like Best Buy on there. There are some big stores that I'm sure most of us shop at. We have also added Walmart. So if you go online and choose Walmart, you can round up your Walmart purchases. Also wanted to shift gears a little bit and talk to you about some end of year fundraising that's coming up and how it connects to our convention. So many of you will remember that we participated last year, which was led by the National Organization of Parents of Blind Children. We participated in the Bay Bridge Run. We are going to do that again this year. That occurs on November 9th. But we've added the California International Marathon. And the beauty of getting into these marathons is that we find other people who don't know us yet who will raise money for us. So we are in the process of selecting the runners who will in fact run for us. We do have specific blind runners, of course, because it wouldn't be authentic if we didn't. So we have Roger Oberholzer and Ken Duke, who are official blind movement ambassadors for the California International Marathon. But stay tuned to find out who else will run for us. And I urge anyone who is involved in a chapter or an affiliate, especially in the arena of Blind Equality Achievement Month and fundraising, to attend a meeting tonight at 6 o'clock that will be focused in on how chapters and affiliates can get involved in the coast to coast, get it, Bay Bridge and then California, coast to coast event for this fall. Now that meeting will be, let's see. I can't, you have to see the agenda. I can't find where it is right now. It's studio something. In any case, there's one more thing going on related to coast this year. We have what we call Coast to Coast Movement Challenge. Now, you all are walking a little bit during convention, I suspect. I know I do. Not this time, but generally. And we have set up a webpage that will recognize people who are walking the equivalent of either a whole marathon, 52,200 steps, or a half marathon, 26,100 steps. And we might even announce some of these people during the convention. So if you have walked the equivalent of a half marathon or a whole marathon, please go and fill out our movement challenge form, which is at, this is easy, nfb.org/movers, nfb.org/movers. We'd like to track the people who do that walking during convention, and you can go see the list for yourself on the same page. Now, going back to current fundraising, vehicle donations I want to talk about really quick. We do still accept vehicles. I get this question all the time. Are we still taking vehicles? Yes, we are definitely still taking vehicles. Call 855-659-9314. Recognize the last 7 digits of that number. Just add 855. I did want to go through and recognize the states that have done really well so far this year because they're not the ones that you would normally expect. Top of list, Florida, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut. We have also received cars from Alabama, California, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, North Carolina, Ohio, Texas, Washington, West Virginia. So if you're already on that list, thank you. If you're not, please help us solicit vehicles for the National Federation of the Blind. Dreammaker Circle. If you're a member of the Dreammaker Circle, take a stand up really quick, because that's an important way for us to develop financial resources for the future. And we sure appreciate you. If you're not yet a member and you're interested in finding out how easy it is to join, please reach out to me at extension 2422 or at pchang@nfb.org. It really is easy. We do have one more facet that ties into Dreammaker Circle. We are now participating in Free Will. Free Will has an accessible front-facing surface, which will help you develop a will. It's really designed for people who don't have complex estates, but everyone should have a will, and you can do a will at freewill.com. You don't need any special code or anything, but at some point during that process, it will ask you if you want to give it to charity. Since we are participating, it now will ask many, many people who are building their wills on free will, who we don't know yet, to choose us as a charity. So very excited about the possibilities there. Now I want to close by talking for just a minute about sponsors and exhibitors. If you haven't already visited the exhibit hall, you can do so until 5 today and tomorrow from noon to 1:45, and again from 5 to 9. And of course, I want you to check everything out, but part of what I want you to do when you go is thank our sponsors. These are people who really are tied into us and support us. So I want to give you a quick read of our sponsors, and I'll give you the total at the end. Spoiler alert, I think this is the largest number of sponsors we have ever had. So I'm going to start with White Cane, IRA, Accessibility Officer, Agiga, Able Today and the Association of Treasurers, American Foundation for the Blind, Audio Eye, Computers for the Blind, Democracy Live, Envision America, Envision US. Some of these are familiar, but notice how many new ones we have. Fieldem LLC.
Hey, Patty, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Are you having trouble with me?
Unbeknownst to you, you flaked out on us. It wasn't your fault.
Oh no, where did I flake out?
We lost you. We lost you right after you announced Robert Oblerholzer and Ken Duke as our blind movement ambassadors.
I wonder if that has to do with the the stream going down. Do you want me to go back?
So if you can rewind, that would be good.
Yeah, let's see if I can do it again.
We paused to talk about the Give 25 campaign. So while you
talk to the wall.
Well, that's okay. You got a good rehearsal in. But
I did.
Since to give you a second to reset, again, you can really bring these donations to scale by asking others to give 25 in the next day, and that can make a huge difference. And it still may put you in a good position to get one of the outstanding prizes. Patty, are you ready?
I am indeed.
Okay.
So
you sounded great, by the way.
So far, so good, right? I was all the way down almost to the end. Okay.
I know.
There's always something with convention. We roll with the convention happenings, right? So back to the Coast to Coast Movement Challenge. This is something that we're doing around convention to build buzz around our two Bay Bridge Run and the California International Marathon. So coast to coast, get it? Maryland to California, it makes sense. We are participating in a Coast to Coast Movement Challenge, and we're asking everyone who's at convention. Now, this can be done virtually or in person, which is one of the reasons I love it. I have to admit, I'm not going to do it this time, but I may do it next year. So the idea is if you walk during convention week, and you can count the steps you've already done, and you can count the National Association of Blind Students walkathon too, you do enough steps to be the equivalent of a marathon, 52,200, or the equivalent of a half marathon, 26,100, you can visit our movers form, which is at nfb.org/movers, nfb.org/movers. Fill out the form and your name will be listed on the wall recognizing our movers. And from time to time, we will see if we can announce some of these movers on the convention floor. So please, let's help build buzz around the movement challenge and go walk your marathon or half marathon and let us know. Now, there is a meeting coming up tonight that I want to especially invite those who are involved in Blind Equality Achievement Month and fundraising to participate in. This is to discuss the Bay Bridge involvement for chapters. It is going to take place at 6 o'clock convention time tonight. And it's in Studio 8. Studio 8. So please, we'd love to have every affiliate, any chapter representation at that meeting tonight. All right, shifting gears to vehicle donations. We do still accept vehicles. I get asked this a lot. Do we still take vehicles? Yes, we definitely take vehicles. The easiest way to give a vehicle or inquire is to call 855. You'll recognize the rest of this. 659-9314. So 855-659-9314. And I want to recognize the states that have been involved in getting vehicles so far this year. Some of these will surprise you. Florida is tied with Pennsylvania for the first spot. Second goes to Connecticut. Connecticut. Now, the other states that have had cars donated this year are Alabama, California, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, North Carolina, Ohio, Texas, Washington, West Virginia. Now, if you're already on that list, thank you, and please keep working on getting vehicles for us. If you're not on that list yet, including Illinois, we need to get to work to see if we can get some vehicles in. Dreammaker Circle, I wanted to ask people who are already members of the Dreammaker Circle, if you don't wish to remain anonymous, because a few people do, please stand up so you can be recognized. If you're a member of the DMC, stand up so you can be recognized, and let's give them a hand.
I guess we are.
If you are not yet a member and you're interested, you can give me a call. I'll be glad to go through the options with you. Extension 2422. My email is pchang@nfb.org if you prefer email. There is one new addition that relates to Dreammaker Circle. We are now participating in what's called Free Will. Freewill.com is a site, which, by the way, is accessible. I checked it out and tried it myself. It will help you develop a simple will. It's probably not designed for people who have very complicated estates, but everyone should have a will. And if you go to freewill.com, you can use it to develop your will. But more importantly, at this point, from my point of view, it also brings up charities and encourages everyone who goes to Free Will, not just us, everyone to design a will that includes charity. So our hope is that this will really help us build our planned giving program to extend past, obviously, our membership and our friends who will be members of DMC, but we want to recruit other people. So Free Will is available to you, and now we are a partner with Free Will. Finally, I want to end by talking a little bit about our sponsors and exhibitors. Firstly, the exhibit hall is open today till 5, and it's open tomorrow from noon to 1:45, and again from 5 to 9. And I bring that up because we ask all of you to go by and thank our sponsors. Our sponsors are an important part of our convention, not just for the financial support, but they play a role often in the career fair. They seek our authentic input, and in many more ways, they enrich our convention. So go tell them thank you. And I'm going to read for you our sponsors this year. Now, spoiler alert, we have more, I think we have more than we've ever had before. So listen for the familiar and listen for the new. Starting with White Cane, Ira, Accessibility Officer, Agiga Inc., Able Today at the Association of Treasurers, American Foundation for the Blind, Audio Eye, Computers for the Blind, Democracy Live, Envision America, Envision-US, Fieldom LLC, Go Vivid, Ike Smart Cities, Independence Science, InnoSearch AI, we just heard from them, Jackson Walker LLP, Leader Dogs for the Blind, McGraw-Hill, Mohawk Group, Penny Forward, Personal AI, Planets, Savi Services for the Blind, Sam's Club, Selvus BLV, Vital Source. Now moving to bronze, APH Connect Center, Centene Corporation, Chris Park Design, Guiding Eyes for the Blind, Humanware, Lyft, National Industries for the Blind, Mobile Voting, Spectrum, United Airlines. Moving to silver, Brown, Goldstein, and Levy, longtime supporter. CVS Health, Delta, Market Development Group, another long-term supporter. Uber. Moving to gold, Amazon, Be My Eyes, Oracle, Salesforce, Target, and Vispero. Going to platinum, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Vanda, Wells Fargo, and Why Am I Up? So please, please go by and thank these sponsors. We have a total of 53 this year. Mr. President, that concludes my report. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much, Patty, for both your presentations, and we really wish that you were here with us, but we're looking forward to being with you again next year. So continue to be on the mend. And for our virtual folks, they have the pleasure of getting to spend some time with Patty during the virtual convention sessions. All right, moving on to our next committee. By the way, I wanted to say that the Give 25 table is outside the room next to the NFB information table, so immediately outside the room. Everett mentioned our rainy day fund. That's our Sun Fund, and here's the chairperson of the Sun Fund from Virginia. Here's Sandy Halverson.
Good morning. It's always great to be here to talk about Sun And I think that for those who are first-timers and you're thinking, yeah, there's a whole lot of it outside and it's really hot, but SUN in our NFB world stands for Shares Unlimited in NFB. Now, you don't get a paper share, but for every bit that you are able to donate, you are helping ensure our programs will continue in the future. So this truly is our rainy day fund. It's a way none of us can imagine and hope we are not around for the kind of emergency that would require us to need to dip into this resource. But like our own personal savings accounts, if we don't maintain them, we don't have them in time of need. So in a second, I'm going to tell you about some state rankings that are always exciting, especially the #1 spot. But I want to thank Elise from our National Center staff for providing the report that she mails each month that shows what's going on in our affiliates, who's doing what. And I also want to thank Briley O'Connor for stepping in last year very quickly and doing the kind of job that I think I do, but I'm happy that she was able to fill in and also happy to be here. And I want to thank all who give, whether it's monthly, at chapter meetings, state conventions, or wherever, because you're helping with our future. So the data that I have run from January 1 through December 31 of 2024. Now, this list starts with 42. So if you don't hear your state, it's because you have not taken advantage yet. But I know you will in 2025 to make a contribution in the name of your affiliate. And the affiliates do get credit when you bring your donations either back to the Sun table or mail in your checks. So at number 42 is Georgia with $25, 41. Rhode Island, $50, 40. Now see, I gotta go through this quickly because our president's not gonna be unhappy with me. So 41, Rhode Island, $50, 40. Puerto Rico, 75. 39, New Hampshire, 75. 38, South Dakota, $100. 37, Missouri, $100. 36 is Mississippi at 100. 35, Colorado, 125. 34, Indiana, 125. 33 is West Virginia, 150. 32, Arkansas at 150. 31, New York, $200. 30, Nevada, $200. 29, Montana, $200. 28 is Florida with $200. 27 is Michigan, $200. 26 is Wisconsin, $250. 25 is Washington with $250. 24, Oklahoma, $250. 23, Minnesota, $250. 22, Alabama, $250. 21, Tennessee, $275. 20, North Carolina, $275. 19, Iowa, $320. 18, New Jersey, $325. 17, Kentucky at $350. 16, Nebraska, $370. 15, Oregon, $380. 14 is Idaho, $400. 13 is Massachusetts at $425. 12 is Ohio. We heard a little bit about Ohio earlier, $545. 11 is Texas, $550. 10 is Pennsylvania, $600. 9, New Mexico, $600. 8, Kansas, $700. 7, Connecticut, $875. 6, Utah, $1,000. 5 is Maryland, $1,000. 4, Louisiana, $1,000. 3, Illinois, $1,270. 2, South Carolina, $2,480. And the best state in the world, number 1, Virginia, $2,530. So that state's total for 2024 is $19,615. However, we do have committees and divisions that contribute. So the amount attributable, not attributable to states is $5,567.50, giving us a grand total for 2024 of $25,182.50. So our total Sun assets are $1,682,077.64. It is our hope that at some point we can build a reserve of at least $10 million. That will not happen this year, but it's something to work on. So just remember this. The sun is always bright when we gather and unite. You help us lead and drive with your gift of 2025. We recognize that times are tough, so if you cannot give that much, visit our table with your gift in hand, and I thank you for giving what you can.
Thank you very much, Sandy, and glad you're here. You and John are here in person.
Hey!
All right, we got a number of other business items, so we're going to keep moving. We're going to go down the table to our president of the National Federation of the Blind of Illinois, who also serves as chair of our PAC Plan Committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm sure there are people who are sad there's no PAC music right now, but we'll hear some this weekend. So thank you so much, Mr. President. I serve as chair of the PAC committee. What is PAC? I'm so glad you asked. PAC stands for Pre-Authorized Contributions. Yes, I hear people echoing me. I love it. I love when people listen. So, what is PAC? It is your way as a member and an ally to give a monthly contribution to the work that we do in the National Federation of the Blind. We ask for just a little, we hope it's a little. You can start a PAC contribution for as little as $5 a month, or up to as much as you want for whatever might have just fallen and broken. We appreciate all dollar amounts. And now you ask, well, how can I do that? And again, I'm glad you asked. We accept, you can give your bank account information, you can give your credit card information. And how can you do that? You can do it in one of three ways. You can go to www.nfb.org/PAC, P-A-C. Go there, initiate or increase your PAC contribution. You can also call 877-632-2722. Don't leave your bank account information, please. Leave your phone number, and one of our lovely agents will call you back. Or there's another way. So those options were for my friends out there in Zoom land, our virtual people. So you can get on the PAC plan. You don't have to be with us here in Louisiana. But if you are here with us in Louisiana, I have some friends that will be happy to greet you starting tomorrow during our general sessions. There will be a table where you can go and sign up for PAC. We'll have members of our PAC community who will be happy to assist you with signing up, happy to assist you with answering any questions that you have about PAC, talking about the great programs that have helped to improve their lives over the years. So we're so happy, and we'll also have QR codes. We know nowadays people love QR codes. So you can do it yourself if you like, because we want you to live the life you want. And in addition to that, we have some great prizes. We have, for those who start or increase their PAC contribution by $25 or more, we will have a limited amount of aftershock. Yes, I heard. All right, and for those, thanks to many of our affiliates who are donating some items. For those of you who have been with us in the past, you remember we used to have all types of goodies at the PAC table. We have a limited amount of goodies if you donate $10 or more per month to the PAC plan. So get back there quickly, starting tomorrow, so that you can see all of the wonderful things. But now I'm sure people want to know the rankings. And my PAC friends, I have them up here with me. So we have our pachyderm, which is to my left. The pachyderm is for the state that increases its percentage the most during this convention. Then in front of me, I have the PAC mule, which is for the national division that increases its dollar amount the most during this convention. And to my right is the PAC rat.
You can just send that to Colorado.
My friend Jessica Beecham said I can send, the rat over to her. I don't know, or is there some other states that have any, disputes with that? No. Okay, here, no, you might get it, Jess.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to give the PAC rankings so that people know where their states are, but I'm only gonna give the top 10 because, it would take too long. So, number 10, we've heard this state before. South Carolina, number 10. Number 9, Ohio. Number 8 is Louisiana. Number 7, next door to Illinois, is Missouri. Number, I lost my count because I didn't put numbers in my notes. But that's going to be okay. You all know how to count. The next one down is California. It never rains in Southern California, right? All right. Our next one is my friends over in Nebraska. Then we have my friends in Virginia. Next is Minnesota. Next is a state that we know very well and love, Colorado. And, my notes, there's another state, it's number 1, let me see, I don't know, does anyone know what state, our president is from? Maybe that would help. Okay. All right, number 1 is the state of Maryland. Yeah. All right, so we are currently annualized to get 446,000. I think it's $638.20.
Nice.
But we need more. Yeah. We need much more. So I would like to see us I like nice round numbers because I dream big. But you know what? I also believe in blind people. So I know that we can get to a nice number of 475,000 by the time of the end of this convention.
I bet we can.
Yeah, my friend Tom Page says, I bet we can.
Yes, we can.
I know we can. Yes, we can. So tomorrow, or if you're on Zoom, you can go ahead and start right now. nfb.org/PAC or 877-632-2722. But if you're here with us in Louisiana, come visit us at the PAC table, say hello, give us some money. We appreciate it. And if you want to know if you're on the PAC plan, if you need to know more information about that, you can stop back at the table as well to make sure that your money is going to a very valid and valuable organization known as the National Federation of the Blind. That is my report, Mr. President.
All right. No, she doesn't want to sing this song. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she did it. She did invoke Scott LaBarre, who threw the microphone off the table earlier.
Mr. Okay. Thank you. I forgot to sing, but let's do it one more time for the people in the back. Get on the PAC plan. Sign up today. We need your contribution.
must be done so all our battles can be won. Thank you again.
See, they didn't want you to get off easy there, Marilyn. Now we have two more funds to quickly talk about, and we want to get to our scholarship finalists soon. But one important fund that we want to discuss is our Tenbrook Fund, and here is the chair of our Tenbrook Fund Memorial Committee is Catherine Webster.
I don't think I need coffee anymore after that pack plan chant. So good job, everyone. Thank you, President Riccobono. Good morning, Board of Directors. Good morning, my Federation family. And hello to everyone on Zoom. We miss you. And Patty, we miss you especially. So first I want to start, I've been told that repetition is what allows us to remember things. So lead and drive. Give 25. All right, we got a lot of needs improvement there. Lead and drive.
Give 25.
Amazing. So I know when everyone leaves the board meeting, we're all going to scramble around the Give 25 table outside right next to the NFB information table and put Everett Bacon as who's challenged you to give 25. So I'm challenging everyone, get out there after the meeting, after we hear from our awesome scholarship finalists, and give 25, please help. Now, pivoting to, before I share who's winning the Rubik's Cube drawing, and I hope that they don't get the Rubik's Cube so I can get it, because I really want one. But before I share the drawing, the winner for that, just wanted to share a little bit more about the Jacobus Tenbrook Memorial Committee and our efforts. So extremely important. Can I hear from who has spent time at our national headquarters in Baltimore? Incredible space. All of our staff is there. It is beautiful, newly renovated, amazing property. But it would not be able to be that without the support and the generous contributions of everyone in this room. So it's super important that we continue giving financial support to the Memorial Committee so we can continue, A, living the legacy of our founding president, Jacobus Tenbrook, but also being able to put all the programs on that we do at our national headquarters, such as student seminars, leadership seminar, all of our youth programs, the museum that's on the horizon. So many amazing things happen under that roof, and it's thanks to all of you for your support in that. So please, please continue giving, continue supporting. And now I would like to announce the winner of the Rubik's Cube. Thank you for your contribution, Clarice Knight. Are you in the room? You may be on Zoom. So if you are not in the room, but you know that you won, Clarice, please go to the Give 25 table. And if you are not present at convention, please call extension 2422. So the national office phone number, extension 2422. Thanks so much, President Riccobono. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Catherine. All right, the final fund we want to talk about is our Kenneth Jernigan Fund. This fund has a number of purposes. The longest standing program here is to support our first timers to the National Convention. As Kenneth Jernigan loved the convention very much, but we've added some program to it in recent years. So here is the chairman of the fund committee from Virginia. Please welcome Tracy Soforenko.
President Riccobono, members of the Board of Directors, my Federation family, it is great to be here with you at convention. Kenneth Jernigan would be proud of the work we're doing together, and the Kenneth Jernigan Fund helps to support his vision for the future and our vision as we move forward. The Kenneth Jernigan Leadership in Service program is modeled after many of the programs Kenneth Jernigan put in place to build leadership in this movement. Now for our next generation of this movement, our Kenneth Jernigan Leadership in Service program is designed to seek out individuals who are focused on empowering blind people to live their lives through and build leadership. An intensive program of leadership development, mentoring, and real projects to implement the learnings they've applied in advocacy and other skills. The deadline for the next class of this program is July 20th. You're going to need to apply as well as get 2 recommendations from affiliate presidents. We are really thrilled to be able to talk with you now and share the members of the 2024 to 2025 Kenneth Jernigan Leadership and Service Program. Now, let's talk about this, though. Oddly enough, I'm trying to channel my inner Kate Mendez, our scholarship chair, because she's an elementary school teacher, and she's going to tell you when you do the scholarships that we're not going to cheer for everyone's name. I'm trying to heed that lesson by asking you to do again, not cheer for each person's name as I read off the names. The first, Pippi Adams, Daniel Belding, Christina Clift, Christopher Crawley, Bree Douglas, Corey Grandstaff, Manahil Joffrey, Zalia Libbert, Stephanie McGarry, Michelle McManus, Tim Alicani, Steve Sawzin, Charles Tate, Dana Trahan, Renee Valdez. Now you can cheer. Kenneth Jernigan loved this convention, as President Riccobono just mentioned, and he knew the power of bringing people together and what we can do together as a movement. Because many of the individuals who are coming to their first national convention are amazed at the experiences, whether it's, I don't know that Kenneth Jernigan would have imagined we'd be doing swing dancing, haptic watches, blind hockey and soccer, all kinds of great programming, some amazing technology and artificial intelligence. That's all we get to do and learn about here at convention. But really the power is connecting, learning, and growing with all of you. That is one of the key benefits everyone says when they talk about their first convention. We were able to support 60 individuals and 20 families this year to attend their first convention with the Kenneth Jernigan Fund. Our committee had a really hard job because 188 people applied for support. Those 20 individuals on our committee worked to make sure we had a great program. They're here to help throughout the convention. We are thrilled that this committee is doing great work for leadership development and helping grow leaders throughout this country through the Kenneth Jernigan Convention Scholarships for first-time convention attendees. I'd like you to give through the Give 25 campaign to the Kenneth Jernigan Scholarship Fund in this program, and certainly, in a shameless plug, I too would like to support Everett Bacon as the individual you throw on there as an individual for a challenger, but even better. And as President Riccobono mentioned, it would be better if you said, hey family, hey friends, these things made a difference to me. I was once a Kenneth Jernigan Convention Scholarship Program winner. I'd like to figure out how to ensure others get this opportunity. Be a challenger, reach out to other people, and by Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time, make sure you give to Give 25. Thank you very much, President Riccobono.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you to our Kenneth Jernigan Leadership and Service class for the past year. Let's give them another round of applause for having done the work. This is not the end of their journey. It's merely a milestone on their leadership journey. And I do encourage you to talk to these folks if you're interested in learning about what the program is like. You can learn nfb.org/KJLSP, and definitely encourage you to support the Kenneth Jernigan Fund. We have a couple of other items of business, including some other awards to be presented. I did want to highlight our partnership with the American Action Fund for Blind Children and Adults, who have made free Braille calendars for 2026 available at this convention. They're also available to Federation affiliates. You can request up to 50 calendars be sent to your affiliate, but you have to make this request by August 31st. So please do that sooner rather than later. The Action Fund distributes free Braille books to blind children on a monthly basis, and this afternoon we'll be hosting a Braille book fair open to the public here at this convention. The kids get to come in first. Kids first, but adults can come in at 5 o'clock, and you should visit the book fair, and the Action Fund also helps to make it possible to distribute free white canes and slates and styluses, so we appreciate our partnership with the American Action Fund. All right, I want to move to another award presentation, and this is our Blind Educator of the Year Award, and the chairperson for this award is from Missouri, and I first got to know her about 20 years ago or so, working in our education programs, and it's really a great honor to have her chairing this committee. Here's Robin House.
Thank you, President Riccobono. Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to serve on the Blind Educator of the Year Award Committee. I would like to thank the committee members. They include Vernon Humphrey, Adelmo Vigil, Kate Mendez, and Melissa Riccobono. The Blind Educator of the Year Award has been presented for many years now and is an important award that we present here at the National Federation of the Blind. And I want to tell you a few things about this year's recipient. This individual is nationally certified as an orientation and mobility instructor, and he has a long resume, and part of the nomination and his resume include his work with the Maryland Rehabilitation Services for the Blind as a private contractor in the field of orientation and mobility. And many of you know him in his work with the National Federation of the Blind with the Jernigan Institute, where he served as coordinator of career mentoring and education programs. And the different work he's done has led him to his current position, which is very exciting. He lives in our 50th state, so he is from Honolulu, Hawaii. That's where he's currently working at the Hupano Center for the Blind, where he serves as in many capacities, including his work with individuals who are blind in all ages and different abilities. He serves as a mentor, he serves as a role model, he promotes Braille literacy, orientation and mobility, structured discovery. His students admire his work as a role model. He helps them live the life they want by building their skills. He helps them build their confidence. And he meets his students where they are, which is very inspiring. He has worked with individuals who have had substance abuse or are, dealing with the transition to blindness, or who are encountering any difficulties. So he's really impressive in both his resume and his nomination for this award. So the Blind Educator of the Year, I'm proud to announce, goes to Maurice Perret. So I'm going to ask Maurice to hold on a minute. Maurice is going to receive a plaque that is both inscribed in print and in Braille, and I will read that plaque momentarily. He will also receive a $1,000 check, and then he will have a chance to say a few remarks. As far as the plaque goes, he is our Blind Educator of the Year, National Federation of the Blind, presented to Maurice Perret. For outstanding accomplishment in the teaching profession. You enhance the present, you inspire your colleagues, you build the future. July 10th, 2025. Maurice Perret is the Blind Educator of the Year.
So maybe for the first time in my life, I don't have any words. But I don't know what to say. I didn't know this was coming. So Luann and I, Luann, we have to talk about this because I didn't know this is coming. Thank you, Robin. Thank you for the committee. There's so many deserving people out there who I look up to, who are my mentors. I've been doing this for 25 years, and passion is what drives me. What I've learned in 25 years is that I don't know much. What I do know, I learned from my mentors. I won't start naming them because I'll forget people. But there are people in this organization that showed me and had belief in me to give back something that I needed and that I need to give back to the people I work with. And what I've learned in life are these three simple things. Living is learning, loving is learning, and teaching structured discovery is lifelong learning. So thank you, and let's go build a National Federation of the Blind.
Congratulations, Maurice. Here's your plaque. You're welcome.
Thank you, Robin, and congratulations to Maurice.
Thank you.
All right. Should we adjourn or? Okay. No, we shouldn't. We should. No. No, you don't want to adjourn. This is the best part. We get to hear from our scholarship finalists. And we've had a lot of talk about how we use our funds in this organization, and this is one of the most important and distinguished uses of our White Cane funds, and that is our Federation Merit Scholarship Program. It's one of the biggest scholarship programs for the blind anywhere in the world, and it is chaired by our outstanding chairwoman from New York. Here's Kate Mendez.
All right, good morning, Mr. President and members of the Board of Directors. Good morning to everybody in the room and everybody out there on Zoom. So all through the morning, the members of the scholarship class have been sending me text messages letting me know that they're nervous. And I've been, oh, it's okay, don't worry, don't stress. Then, of course, I get up here and I'm nervous. It might have something to do with the fact that I'm about 6 inches from the edge of the stage. Like, nope, everybody tuck your elbows in up here because one good shove and I'm on the floor. All right. So our scholarship class, as President Riccobono said, they are selected on the basis of merit. We don't consider financial need when we determine who is awarded these scholarships. Every year we receive hundreds of applications, and it is a tremendous project on the part of the amazing scholarship committee to winnow that huge pool of applicants down to the top 30. There are always so many deserving applicants, and so for the 30 of you who were selected this year, it really is a feather in your cap, and it's a testament to the academic aptitude that you have demonstrated throughout your scholastic career. It's a testament to the leadership that you've displayed in your communities, and it's a testament to who you are as individuals. and who you are collectively as a group. So from me to you and from everyone in the room to you, congratulations on being selected as finalists. So the way this is going to work, just for everyone's, informational purposes, the scholarship class is stretched across 3 banks of seats in the front row here. They are going to stand up, they're going to take about 3 steps forward, and they're going to turn around. This is so that they can be facing the audience rather than having their back to all of you. So scholarship folks, that's your cue. Okay. All right. They were in alphabetical order. Hopefully at the end of this process, they will still be in alphabetical order, and we're going to pass a microphone. I will introduce them, first name, last name, home state, school state, vocational goal, and then they will each have 25 to 30 seconds to introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about who they are as scholars and as future leaders. All right, I just want to make absolutely sure we're all ready and set to go. We have our mic in place. Okay. I'm going to, so Tracy took the words out of my mouth earlier. And Tracy reminded everyone in the room to please hold your applause until the end. It's been a long meeting, right? We want to hear from all of these folks, but in order to do that efficiently, we need to make sure that we do one giant round of applause rather than 30 individual rounds. All right, now, here we go. So our first scholarship finalist this year is Wasim Al-Janezra, Pennsylvania, special education.
Good morning, everybody. I'm a person who believes in turning challenges into opportunities, and for a few years, I've been dedicated to supporting people with disabilities and students with special needs, not just by teaching, but also by designing awareness campaigns and inclusive materials and advocating for inclusive education. I'm pursuing a master's degree in special education to deepen this impact and continue serving others while growing as an educator committed to lifelong learning. Thank you.
Lauren Chaya Altman, New Jersey, Louisiana, teacher of blind students.
Hello all, it is such an honor to be here today. As Kate mentioned, I am from New Jersey. I just finished up my bachelor's and I'm currently relocating to Ruston, Louisiana, where I'm going to be starting at Louisiana Tech in the fall. I'm very, very excited. I absolutely love to work with students and love the light bulb moment that goes off in people's heads when they learn something new. I can't wait to continue doing that throughout my life. And I'm also proud to serve as president of the National Association of Blind Students.
All right, Sergio Argüelles, New Jersey, New York, law.
Hello, everyone. It is a pleasure to speak with all of you today. And I am someone that hopes to have a positive impact on society. I hope to bring into law my empathy and compassion. I hope to go into public interest, helping underserved communities, especially elderly, disabled, people of color, LGBTQ, every underserved community. I hope to just help and bring my willpower and empathy and everything that I can to the table and help out.
Izzy Bailey, Maine, social work.
Hi all, I'm so excited to be here today. I am starting my journey this fall at the University of Maine studying social work with a concentration in disability studies. And I, in the meantime, am working towards outdoor equity initiatives in my beautiful home state of Maine. As a blind Indigenous woman of color, I feel very empowered by exploring the outdoors, and I think everyone deserves that right. I am a first-time convention goer, and I'm new to the NFB. I'm new to the blind community, and I feel so empowered by the people I've met here, and I hope to reciprocate the energy that I've found here and that I've found in my identity as a blind woman for the rest of my days, and I hope to give that back to the NFB as well. Thank you.
So, as you all know, or those of you who attend this meeting regularly, I always like to throw in a few fun facts about the class. This year was an excellent year to be born in October. 7 of the scholarship finalists this year have birthdays in October. I don't think we've ever had 7. Goodness. Okay, that was not me falling off the stage, just to be super clear. I don't know what that was, but that was not it. Okay. All right. So this next finalist is, I thought actually that this person was our youngest finalist, but actually he is not. Caleb Calhoun, Virginia Cybersecurity.
So hi, I'm honored to be selected as a finalist by the NFB, and this is my first time at the convention. A little bit about me. At age 14, I joined the Virginia Department of the Blind and Vision Impaired Student Program, where I gained skills in IT, self-advocacy, and self-determination. Today, I mentor students who are traveling similar journeys as me in their vocational skills. And now I am entering William & Mary College in Virginia this fall as a freshman. I'm excited to keep learning from this amazing NFB community, and thank you.
Erin Daly, Colorado, Assistive Technology Consultant.
Hello everyone. I was one of the luckiest people in the world to be born to a father who was in the Federation. He raised me as a blind single parent, and the first national convention I attended, I was 9 years old, and I think I was with President Riccobono in Anaheim. I don't think we crossed paths though. I was more interested in Disneyland at that age. But so I started in the Massachusetts affiliate. I was secretary of the Brockton chapter when I was 14, and I currently serve as secretary of our Denver chapter. I absolutely love to travel. If anyone has read, I did a Braille Monitor piece on my trip to Antarctica. So I've been to 6 continents, and I would love to share that passion with blind people. I think that we, now that we have more control of our destiny in this country, we need to explore the world. I am looking to become a consultant in assistive technology because of the discrimination I received by employers. And I feel like we could have whatever passion or dream we want, us standing here and everyone sitting down. But if our expectations are raised, but the employers are not, that doesn't help us. And I want to go out, build the Federation, build generational wealth for everyone, and give everyone the tools to have whatever dream that they want and achieve that goal.
All right. So, Erin, Antarctica's on my bucket list. Let's talk. All right. So this year, our scholarship class has 4 Tenbrook Fellows. All right. Dr. Jacobus Tenbrook was the first president of our organization. And if you have won a 2nd National Federation of the Blind National Scholarship, you are considered to be a Tenbrook Fellow. The first of these is Yuna Jada, Massachusetts, California, Content Strategy in Entertainment.
Hi everyone. So I went to Harvard for my undergrad and I majored in cognitive neuroscience and evolutionary psychology. Yes, I have never used that a day in my life. After I graduated, I pitched a health podcast to my local NPR station because I was super into fitness. And so for 6 years, my job was hosting a podcast, and that was awesome because I love to talk. And last year, I became the senior producer of the Mel Robbins podcast, which is the #1 podcast hosted by a woman in the world, which is really exciting. And this September, I'll be starting my MBA at Stanford. And afterwards, I would love to work in the entertainment industry on how people with disabilities are represented in movies and TV shows. But I truly do believe the best parts of my life are outside of work. So outside of work, I love snowboarding, the gym, jujitsu, and most of all, my 10-pound Pomeranian Pooh Bear.
Kashana Graham, Michigan Human Services.
I am Kashana from Michigan. I often see the guy that comes and he describes himself as a Greek god. So I am a caramel goddess from Michigan. I'm going to school to do human services. I want to work with the teenagers to get them started on their vocational goals. So that is my career goal, and I am honored to be one of the scholarship winners. Thank you.
So our scholarship class this year includes folks from 24 states, including this next finalist, Toby Harnish, Pennsylvania, software engineer.
Good morning, everyone. I am so glad and privileged to be selected as one of the scholarship finalists of the 2025 NFB convention program. Growing up, I've faced many discriminations because I was born in an environment where disability is viewed as a problem to society. But ever since I have been introduced to NFB, it changed my life, and I want to use my skills to improve other people's life as well. So for this fall, I am going to major in software engineering so that I can create digital solutions that can benefit other blind people.
All right, Caitlin Head, Ohio, Illinois, professor, music.
Hey guys, I just got a notification on my Apple Watch that my heart rate is way up, so we'll see how this goes. So I started my undergrad career at Baltimore University. I spent 3 great semesters there, and then in the spring of 2025, I moved to the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Throughout all of that, my career goal has remained the same. I would love to be a professor of either music theory and/or saxophone studies. Ideally, I am the professor that encourages students that no matter what, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, disability, because that's important, and whatever it is, that they can do whatever they want. So thank you guys, this is an incredible opportunity.
Daniel Hernandez, Arizona, clinical psychologist. Arizona doesn't follow directions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Daniel Hernandez. This is my second time here at the NFB convention. I'm a Savvy Services for the Blind alumni. I'm also a 4th-year PhD student, going to go into my 4th year. I'm studying clinical psychology to be a therapist, but my ultimate goal is to be a professor as well, doing both research and teaching. That's currently what I'm doing now, is both doing research. I mean, I really hope to sort of bridge the disparities for both students, both blind and underrepresented minorities like the Hispanic Latino population. Those are my goals, and I'm really grateful to be a scholarship finalist. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. So I'm busting Arizona's chops here, but do please remember we do all at some point want to go eat lunch before our division meeting, so let's please hold the applause till the end. Rashida Kenner, Kentucky, Indiana, social work.
Hi, I'm also an October baby as well. My background originally was in music and in nursing. I lost my eyesight during the pandemic, and it was very traumatizing. I looked for a therapist that I could see myself in, being from Louisville, Kentucky, and everything that Louisville was going through during the pandemic. I could not find a therapist, so I decided that I should maybe put a change to that and take my previous nursing skills and clinical psychology skills and help other people. And also getting a master's in social work, I would love to continue advocating for our community and the ADA rights as well too.
Noor Chris at Pennsylvania Law.
Is it morning still? I don't know what time it is. Okay, we're just gonna go with good morning, everyone. I am Noor. They said not to say my name. Sorry, I'm nervous. Okay. I am currently at the University of Pittsburgh studying political science, which has been interesting. I don't know if you've heard. Everyone I've met at convention thus far, met, had a conversation with, listened to, commiserated about the elevators with, has literally been the coolest. And no, I'm not just talking about the temperature of this hotel. Like, all of you are the reason we get to be here. And I'm so excited to be a part of such an incredible organization. I love the NFB so much. Thank you.
So this next finalist is another one of our Tenbrook Fellows students. Let's see how well you follow directions. Jean Kim, California, Massachusetts, computer science professor. It was not Texas, no.
Since I found the Federation 6 years ago, I've learned many things. I've learned how to plan and execute student seminars. I've learned how to design and engineer complex tools. But I've also learned that there are many out there who believe blind people are incapable, broken, and in need of technology to fix us. But we in this room believe that it is respectable to be blind. And because we believe this, I'm going to bring wisdom, the wisdom of the blind-led organization. I'm going to bring the conviction of the blind people's movement and the love of my Federation family to MIT, where I will be pursuing my PhD at the Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. I'm going to leverage my lived experience as a blind Federationist and the technical skills that I've learned at Stanford University to make sure that STEM is accessible to blind people. As long as it is called today, I will make sure we have a seat at the table to influence the technologies of tomorrow.
Andrew Lee, Georgia, entrepreneur.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. Right now I'm studying at Georgia Tech, where I'm pursuing my undergraduate degree in computer science. I've known about the NFB for a long time, but I didn't actually get involved until about 3 years ago when I joined the student division. I now serve as the secretary for the Georgia Student Division, and I look forward to getting much more involved in the years to come. Again, thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm excited to see what comes next.
So earlier I said I thought Caleb Calhoun was actually our youngest finalist. He's got a fun birthday, which is April Fool's, but no, in fact, he is not the youngest finalist this year. Our next finalist is Riley Letterman, Michigan, music therapy. She's got you beat, Caleb, by about 3 weeks.
NFB, hello. Thank you so incredibly much for this opportunity. I am beyond thrilled to be here and speaking to you today. So for some background about me, I have always been someone who is very precocious, some might say. I have always been the one who will ask questions, who will speak up, and who will fight for what I want. Which is why when in second grade, when I developed a stutter, I found it very difficult. And for a number of years, I would shy away from any sort of confrontation because, well, other people, they were saying the same things, so why did it matter? But then, as I got involved in more things, dance, music, mock trial, forensics, like so on and so forth, I began to face struggles with gaining like equal access. And, and I realized in order to like create change, in order to fight for what we want, we need people like us at the table speaking up for people like us. And through my involvement with various like leadership, I realized that while being part of a team bigger than yourself, you have a unique voice. Each and every one of you in this room brings something different to the team. And so through that, I discovered that I want to use my voice to inspire others to find theirs. And so whether that is sitting at the table as a lawyer, making decisions for people like us and being part of that discussion, or whether that is as a music therapist, inspiring others to find their voice, we must speak up because we bring so much and only we can say things in our unique way. Thank you everyone so much.
Ren Lovegood, Massachusetts, professor and researcher.
So this is what I imagine it feels like to be standing on the shoulders of giants, which is pretty incredible. I am a rising third-year PhD candidate studying in the Organizations and Social Change program at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, and my research centers on the lived experiences of people with disabilities, how we have historically defined and enacted care, organized mutual aid efforts, and challenged the boundaries of labor value in organizational contexts. In addition to that, my goal is to be a business ethics professor who both critiques organizational systems that perpetuate exclusion and works to reimagine them. In this capacity, I'm aiming to exemplify that blind excellence is everywhere. It's neither a rarity nor an exception, as you can see or have heard from those in my scholarship cohort today. So thank you so much for being here.
Ryan Lubowicz, Rhode Island, political science law.
Good morning. Thank you to the NFB for this opportunity, and it's been a pleasure spending this week here in New Orleans as a scholarship finalist. I am a rising sophomore at Roger Williams University in a pre-law program, and I got interested in politics during my freshman year of high school when the Rhode Island Department of Education thought it would be a great idea to have an out-of-state vendor come in, and we would lay off all of the TVIs and O&Ms in Rhode Island. The NFB was a part of fighting for the restoration of that funding, and the rest of my story is history as I went on to work at the State House, take notes for legislative sessions, and get my own bill passed senior year with the help of my state representative and senator to adjust requirements for people with disabilities taking physical education classes in our public schools. Now at Roger Williams University, I'm honored to be a student senator, as well as chair a Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility Student Council, and I can't wait to continue to make an impact in my career pursuing something with civil rights law or public policy.
Zoe Marsh, Connecticut, New York, O&M instructor.
Hello, everybody. So I am a person who was born legally blind. I lived, half in the sighted world, half out, and I tried my best to be in that sighted world as much as I could. So I turned away so many opportunities to learn Braille or JAWS or anything like that, and I just struggled so much to make friends or even have fun that I just pulled myself apart trying to be in both worlds. But then halfway through my junior year of high school, I went totally blind, and it kind of saved me because I was forced to learn JAWS. I was forced to learn O&M, and I walk so much faster than I ever did as a legally blind person. I don't need extra time on assignments because I know JAWS. I don't have to squint at my screen. Now, I'm in a gap year between high school and college, and I am attending the Colorado Center for the Blind. Yep. Which, to those people, I will never forget you guys. I will never let CCB go, but I will also never forgive you for the teasing I get every single day and the water gun to the butt the other day. At CCB, we had a lot of fun, but also there's one main message of Colorado Center, which is take charge with confidence, and that is what I learned when in my second week at the center, we attended the Colorado State Convention. It was my first convention, and I didn't know what to do, but my O&M instructor, Ernesto Luca, he said, take charge with confidence. I was like, okay, fine. And then I ran ahead, and I was like, okay, this is the door for that thing, and this is that thing over there. And I have not shut up since. But I am attending Marymount Manhattan College. It's a very small school in Manhattan, New York. And I hope to build a family there and with the New York NFB, just like I did with CCB. And I hope as an O&M instructor to bring services to kids who did not know that they needed them, like I did, and to bring a message of positivity around blindness for everybody around the world.
And we are looking forward to having you join us in New York, Zoe. All right. Kaylin McCall, Illinois, Massachusetts, medicine. And Kaylin, before you begin, I just want to remind everybody, you know, we do have other agenda items, so let's try to keep it to that 30 seconds. All right, go ahead, Kaylin.
Hello, I'm blind. I've been blind since birth, and I'm a proud guide dog user. My girl's from the Seeing Eye. I grew up in Chicago. I went through the Chicago public school system, and I have a lot to say about this, but safe to say I did not receive services for the majority of my high school and elementary school career. I taught myself pretty much everything I know, and I found that that was a lot more challenging. I had no blind network, no resources. So in high school, I started a channel. It is called Blind and Scholarly. It is new. I'm still trying to get some content up there. It is a resource for academic blind students who want resources for math classes, for chemistry, for how to use a calculator, for what you should buy for geometry. Like these sort of resources, if your school system is not telling you about these things, you have a way of connecting with other blind people to find out this information. Anyway, I am attending Harvard as a freshman in the fall. I plan to earn a double major in biomedical engineering and psychology for pre-med, and I hope to go to medical school and potentially specialize in pediatric oncology or pediatric psychiatry. So thank you so much for this honor, and thank you.
Mary Nix, New Mexico, special education teacher.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm truly honored to be here. I'm like super scared, but I was literally so happy when I got selected as a scholarship finalist. I remember the day. I remember I was at Target and I got this unexpected call, and I'm like, oh wow. I was like, I didn't know what to say to one of my mentors. I was just quiet and like so excited at the same time. A little bit about me is my first 13 years of my life, I grew up in India, and I moved here when I was moved to the United States. And I had to learn a lot because I had to learn new language on top of that, like blindness skills and just new culture, because in India, they didn't have many resources, especially with blindness and everything. So I just had to learn a lot. And now I'm actually pursuing to be an elementary special education teacher at New Mexico State University. For a long time, I just wanted to teach other students. I'm super passionate to helping others, teaching, and and I feel like receiving this scholarship, just being selected as, I feel like I can pass that along to my future students and just show them you can live the life you want and blindness does not define you. Thank you.
Joy Orlando, California, clinical psychologist.
Hello, Federation family. So a little bit about me. I started out in a community college setting, and I was put as president of Psi Beta. During my time as president, I went to the Western Psychological Association conference, and I was selected to present research on audio description and how our brain reacts when we're listening to it. Now, granted, we use sighted people, but the effects of this study were pretty consistent. So after writing research papers and doing the research and taking statistics twice, I decided very quickly that was not for me. Research is not my deal. So now I am wrapping up my bachelor's degree at Chico State, go Wildcats, and I've decided that I'm going to go into an LMFT field where I want to give back to our community. I want to help adolescents, adults, children, anybody going through a transition that I went through where I lost my eyesight later or they're losing their eyesight. Because in the grand scheme of things, I wish that I would have had somebody to talk to who was relatable. There are a lot of really good sighted therapists, but consistently what I've heard is I wish I could relate to somebody who could say, I was there too. I did that. We can do it. So that's where I'm at with things. I'm incredibly grateful to be where I'm at. I've learned that persistence and hard work pays off, and I can't wait to see where I go in my career and where I go with our federation. Thank you.
Amina Orzueva, New York, law.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Amina. I am originally from Uzbekistan, which is a small country in Central Asia. I am a first-generation college student, a rising sophomore at Marist University studying political science and global studies. I am currently interning at the New York City Comptroller's Office, and this is my second convention. My favorite part of convention is meeting so many people from so many different fields doing so many great things, because when I go back to the real world and someone questions or doubts if I can do something, I can always name someone from the Federation who is always already doing it, which is definitely helpful. And I would like to thank the board, the donors, and the scholarship committee for your generosity and for setting high standards for all of us. And yeah.
All right. Gania Usasi, Texas Health Information.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rania. I am pursuing to get my bachelor's degree in health information management and toward to get my health information in security and privacy to improve life of a blind community. And also, I believe to live an independent life with dignity. Thank you so much for having me here today, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Nicole Keeble, Hawaii, Professor of Philosophy.
Aloha mai kako, everybody. My name is Nicole Keeble. I am a philosophy student at University of Hawaii, West Oahu. I'm passionate about disability justice, cultural reclamation, and using philosophy to ask big questions, uncomfortable questions, especially those that center around power, identity, and belonging. In Hawaii, we have something called Lo'iau, which are traditional proverbs or poetic phrases. One that guides me is Kulia Ikanu, which means strive for the summit. To me, that reflects what the NFB stands for, not just believing in blind people's potential, but expecting us to reach the highest peaks. I'm honored to be here among others who live by that same value. It's your contributions that allowed all of us to be here. On behalf of me and my fellow scholarship cohort, we want to thank you guys for this opportunity. Thank you.
So our next finalist has given me written permission to refer to her as the class grandmother. Now that said, she was the one who was razzing us this morning because the students were lamenting that they had to wait to go to bed till the end of the NABS meeting, and she was like, well, really, we should have all gone out. So I don't know if that's really the appropriate designation for you. Now, this next finalist is also one of our Tenbrooks, and in the interest of full disclosure, I need to tell you all that she received her first National Federation of the Blind scholarship when I was 5 years old in 1988. Meli Rivera, Maryland, biblical counselor.
Good afternoon. I'm seeking my master's degree from Moody Theological Seminary in Chicago. I had retired 3 years ago from a 30-year career with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission as a lawyer. I've been active in the Federation. This is my 35th convention. Let's see, I want to thank the board and the scholarship committee, and I also want to thank my sisters who are as much a part of the Federation as I am, Eileen Rivera Lai and Caroline Kuhn. And I just want to thank everyone for believing in me to do another stint at this. Thank you.
Emily Schlenker is also a Tenbrook Fellow, Kansas pharmacist.
Hi, everyone. I want to start by saying that I think the most important thing you should know about me is that I am a Tenbrook Fellow because of my Kansas affiliate. Because I have been, this is my 4th time in college. I am a 3-time college dropout because I would start college and the Braille would run out and I would get my heart broken and I would leave. And I will tell you that Tom Page and the rest of my affiliate they've held my hand, they've listened to me, they've carried me, they've pushed me and told me to get it together for the last 20 years, and I am now a candidate for my doctorate of pharmacy. I am transitioning. I have gone from my 3 years of class work, which I did all in Braille, by the way, to now caring for patients in a clinical setting. I will do this in multiple rotations, everything from poison control to pharmacogenomics to critical care, all kinds of things. And the other thing that you should really know about me is I am tougher than anyone should ever have to be. I don't want my fellow students to have to go through what I went through. And Ren spoke about the shoulders of giants. Well, I'm ready to be those shoulders for the NFB. So thank you.
Mandy Smith, Pennsylvania, Foreign Service Officer.
Hello all. So I am a proud member of the PA Association of Blind Students, as well as a rising junior at Allegheny College, Meadville, studying political science. And I have always, since I was born, been legally blind, 2400 vision in my left eye until I was 11, whenever I lost the rest of my vision due to some unfortunate events and a lot of surgeries. But I've never let that stop me from pursuing my dreams and letting me do what I want to do, because for myself and for everyone here, I don't believe in barriers, only in breakthroughs. Thank you.
Ecclesia Tashoma, Maryland, Massachusetts, data consultant.
Good morning, everyone. It's an immense privilege and honor to be here among my fellow cohorts. I am currently earning my bachelor's in economics and business analytics from Boston University. I am also a Lyme Connect Fellow for the class of 2025. Additionally, I am involved in the National Association of Blind Students, so I've had the honor, the privilege to serve as the co-chair for the Content Creation and Fundraiser Committee. I want to deepen my understanding of the NFB philosophy, to be more involved in NABS, and it's just Such a privilege. Oh, we're in the city of New Orleans. Hello. I'm an LCB graduate. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you to the donors, the scholarship committee, the board. Thank you for believing in me, for seeing the light in me when I couldn't see it for myself. And thank you for your time.
All right. Katiana Elena Urbina, Florida, Production and Media.
As a Latina woman raised in Miami, I've always been drawn to authenticity. That's why I've made it my mission to uncover originality in our communities. I'm really passionate about creating stories that truly amplify the humanity, complexity, and nuance in disabled voices. And now I am pursuing media. I'm pursuing a master's in Media and Communication Studies at Florida State University to not only shake things up, but also truly champion inclusivity in entertainment and beyond. Above all, I want to make it clear that I'm very aware that I have a purpose in life, and all I want to do is to move forward. In conclusion, the only way I can do that is through connection. Thank you.
Mr. President and members of the board and everybody in the room and on Zoom, I present to you the scholarship class of 2025.
Congratulations to our scholarship finalists. We're really proud of you, and I encourage each of you to take an opportunity to meet these outstanding scholars during the convention. And we'll look forward to hearing more about them at the banquet later this week. I wonder how the board feels about our scholarship program.
So moved.
It's been moved by Allen and seconded by Callaway and Crosby, the famous musical duo in New Orleans, to continue the scholarship for the next year. All board members in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, it shall be. Now, we have one more item of business, and that is to provide an opportunity. We have a chairperson of our board of directors. This individual, according to our Constitution, is elected every 2 years. Pam Allen serves as our chairperson of the board, and I want to close our board meeting by giving our chairperson the final word.
Thank you. Thank you, President Riccobono. And as we're reflecting at our convention on what we've accomplished together and dreaming big about what is yet to come, our bond is strengthened and our belief in what is possible is renewed. We are grateful to our leaders and mentors like Dr. and Mrs. Maurer and Mrs. Jernigan, who are here with us at this convention. And we are motivated and challenged to grow, to dig deeper, and keep giving back by you, President Riccobono, and by our First Lady, Melissa. Every day you show us in everything that you do that together anything is possible. At this convention, I hope that everyone will feel uplifted and that your commitment to our work will be energized. You are the reason we are here, and whether you're with us virtually or in person, we cannot do it without your active involvement. As we say in New Orleans, come hungry, leave happy. At convention, come curious and leave ready to change the world. Happy convention. Let's go build the National Federation of the Blind.
All right. We will stand adjourned until our opening session tomorrow morning.